You said before that Putin is concerned about how the world views this. I found this interesting. From China to Africa to nations all around the world, he's concerned of the optics of this. And again, a lot of people would be surprised because here in Britain and in America, 90% of the mainstream media, it has already chosen its position on the Ukraine war. It doesn't even matter what happens on a day-to-day basis. We get fed just a similar narrative. If there's any successes, they are multiplied. And if there's any failures, they are hidden. And so to explain why Putin cares of the optics of this, because we're also taught that he's this evil dictator that doesn't have any cares for anything. Explain both of those narratives in your mind, and that might be a surprise to a lot of people who get their news from newspapers and television channels.
Well, remember that he's also conducting warfare against us on the financial level. Remember that he represents in the minds of many people around the world someone who has decided to challenge not just American military and political hegemony, but American and Western financial hegemony. The World Bank and associated institutions have effectively been puppets for U.S. and allied foreign policy. We have been in the business for decades of telling people in Nicaragua or Cameroon what kind of crops to grow. And if you don't do what we tell you to do, then we won't lend you the money that you want. We talk all the time about the Chinese supposedly blackmailing people by lending them lots of money and then holding them accountable. Well, we do the same thing, only we do it in more subtle ways that are actually more damaging to the society because we're very intrusive. We're not just interested in the specific project. We're trying to restructure people's societies, change their cultures. So you have people in Africa, Latin America, much of Asia, who are very sympathetic to the Russians, who are seen as standing up to this. And you know that they're trying to develop a new currency. It's going to take some years. It's not going to happen overnight. That is pegged to gold. And India, China, and Russia probably are sitting on the largest concentration of gold in the world right now. And a lot of us are beginning to wonder how much gold we've actually got under the streets in New York, London, and Fort Knox. We'll have to find out at some point. But the bottom line is, this is a new era that is coming, and they've already got 40 plus nations willing to join this new currency. India, China, and Russia, of course, are at the center of this, at the core of it. And this is seen as a rebellion against our financial dominance that has been so, I would say, from their standpoint, certainly destructive in so many ways for so long. So that's part of it. The second part of it is he has given very, very specific orders to the Russian army in terms of how he wants them to behave. And if you're looking for a model, you've got to go back to Tsarist Russia, because the Tsar and the Tsarist forces, whatever they were, however imperfect they were a club of humanitarians compared to the evil Bolsheviks that replaced them. He has done everything he can to divorce the behavior and the attitudes and the culture of today's Russia from the Soviet Union and that evil past. I mean, he's not interested in slaughtering Ukrainians. He's been opposed to that from the very beginning. And he's always kept his eye on the ball in terms of, I want to live with everyone when this is over. And I think he's adopted Charles de Gaulle's position, which is Americans don't live in Europe. Britain is an island, and we're Europeans. And I think his assumption is that London and New York City and Washington will eventually give up and go away.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.